Welcome back to another episode of Quick Picks with the Geek. I am your host, Bro Power the Geek. All right, next up we've got Mansour Abdul Malik versus Antonio Trocoli. This is basically athletic marvel versus giant Brazilian. Let's start with Mansour, because when you're a minus 1,000 favorite, you get to go first by law. Mansour Abdul Malik, coming in a 1,000 favorite with a record of 8-0. Mansur fights like somebody told him the power bill is due mid-round. Everything is explosive, everything is violent, and everything looks like it hurts. 7 of his 8 wins are knockouts, most in the first round, and his striking comes out like he's speedrunning a UFC career. The knee he landed on Dusko? Clean. The follow-up punches? Nasty. The pressure? Insane. But let's talk about the fun part. The man gets hit. A lot. His striking defense is basically, I'll figure it out later. Sometimes he'll get rattled by dudes who are listed as regional personalities, like the spinning elbow he ate from Nick Klein. Klein hit him with a move straight out of EA UFC career mode, and Mansur just shrugged it off and decided, okay, I'm done playing around. He's a former D1 wrestler with an 82% takedown defense, which is quietly extremely impressive considering half the division can't stop a takedown from a middle schooler. Combine that with his size, 6'2", 79.5-inch reach, and he's a handful for almost anyone. The downside? He hasn't exactly faced the murderers of the division, and there are moments where you go, wait, how did that guy land that? But overall, the man is violent, athletic, and building momentum faster than he can throw a flying knee. Antonio Malvado Trocoli, coming in a plus 650 dog with a record of 12-5. Standing across from him is Antonio Trocoli, a man built like someone tried to stretch taffy into a UFC fighter. 6'5" with around an 80-inch reach, which gives him serious physical tools if he uses them. The guy is dangerous on the ground. Out of his 12 pro wins, 5 are by submission and 3 by knockout. He's not just waiting for mistakes, he looks to finish. Trocoli tries to impose aggression. He's not afraid to rush in, mix up levels, and make the fight scrappy. When he lands early strikes or closes distance, he can drag opponents into grappling exchanges where he shines best. Submissions and submissions alone. That's his clearest path to victory. But then we gotta address the, concerns. In his 2 most recent UFC fights, he's been stopped both times, a TKO loss and a first-round submission loss. His striking defense is poor. He absorbs a lot of damage when he charges forward, and with a history of being knocked out, a sharp counter could ruin his night. Also, coming off of 2 losses, where in both fights, he got finished. Has to be tough. So in short, Trocoli is a very real danger with his size, aggression, and finishing instinct. I also want to say that I think his striking is underrated, but he's nothing close to a sure thing. And he's fighting someone who punishes defensive holes like they're overdue homework. So, who wins? If Trocoli is going to win this fight, it's happening early, like first 4 minutes early. He needs a scramble, a weird transition, Mansur overextends, and boom, he's on the neck like a seatbelt. That's his whole win condition. Chaos plus long arms plus choke attempts. And hey, Mansur's defense does get leaky sometimes, and Antonio does have good power on the feet. So if he can stay long and keep the fight standing, I can see a world where he lands big early and sends Mansur to the shadow realm. But the flip side is rough. Mansur can win this fight by simply existing the way he normally does. His pressure alone is going to make Trocoli uncomfortable. His power is going to make Trocoli panic. And every time Trocoli stands tall with that skyscraper torso wide open, Mansur is going to see target head. Mansur just hits harder, moves faster, and has the wrestling to keep himself out of bad spots. Trocoli has the submission threat, but Mansur's pace, explosiveness, and aggression look like too much for someone with a questionable chin. Official pick, Mansour Abdul Malik. Now I do think the line is far too wide, and I expect it to be more reasonable by fight time. But I'm rolling with the massive favorite here. Trocoli is dangerous early, but Mansur's speed, power, and pressure should overwhelm him quickly. The defensive holes are a concern, but Trocoli's chin and cardio are bigger ones, and Mansur's pace is exactly the type that makes those issues impossible to hide. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat when the next video drops. And don't be shy. Leave a comment below and let me know who you got winning this fight. Let's see who really has the crystal ball around here. Until next time.